I'm not here to put on a show and feed you perfect trades. I came across a bot that works with internal bugs of PocketOption, and today in a live trading session I'll show you how I'll be growing a deposit from $200. The plan is to reach around $7,000, but who knows? If it goes badly, I'll stop earlier. Let me say this right away so there are no questions later. I'm not selling anything. This is not my bot. I don't get a percentage from any subscriptions, and honestly, I don't care whether you end up using it or just watch this video and close the tab. The maximum I can do is give you the link to the admin who provides access, but the choice is always yours. This bot runs on AI and directly pulls quote adjustments from the price provider with no delay and without those sudden jerks that usually kill beginners. You know what's the funniest part? I spent months on strategies, indicator combinations, studied a ton of information, and all of it was useless. I especially laugh now at strategies with 3 or 4 indicators that people use to teach beginners, as if that will actually help. What you'll see today is simply my trading, my experience, my screen. No advertising, no persuasion. I hit record and show everything as is. Let's go. Alright, let's open the first signal. Currency pair Euro GBP OTC. Trade duration 2 minutes. The bot shows a forecast profitability percentage. This time it's 91%. That works for me, so I open the trade immediately. And here's what's important. This bot is closed, private. It's impossible to find it through search, impossible to buy it somewhere. A friend sent it to me. I wrote to the admin, and only after a short chat he gave me an individual link. So there's no mass access, no crowd that will destroy its accuracy. The bot, by the way, shows a piece of how it analyzes the situation, not in full detail but enough to understand the logic. It looks deeper than our eyes can. Provider corrections, micro changes in quotes, channel delays, all this stuff a regular trader doesn't have access to. And yes, believe me, I completely understand what many beginners go through. When the market goes against you, panic, you want to close in a loss just so it doesn't get worse. When it goes in your favor, however, greed kicks in. You hold too long and end up in a loss again. I went through that for years. Right now, I've simply turned on screen recording. I may speed up the video in some places so you don't sit through a 2-hour live stream, but there will be no cuts, no removed moments. You see exactly what I see on the screen now. This should be a profitable trade, and here's why. Look at the chart yourself now. Would you open a trade here without the bot? Personally, I would, but with a small amount. You can see that the balance of power in the market is shifting, the trend is getting ready to reverse, but catching the exact moment isn't easy at all. And this is where the bot really helps. It doesn't think, doesn't doubt, doesn't freak out, it just calculates. I often had this before. You look at the chart, everything seems clear and understandable, right up until the moment you actually need to press the button. As soon as it's time to enter, your brain just shuts off, logic disappears, and only the fear of making a mistake remains. What I like is that I choose the currency pairs. Sometimes I work on 3 at once, sometimes I take 2 and calmly trade only those. It all depends on my mood actually. But here's what matters. The bot doesn't depend on anyone's mood. It works strictly by algorithm, and that's a huge advantage. The trade is coming to an end, and as expected, it closes in profit. We continue. From here we go more carefully. I've slightly reduced the trade amounts simply to stay in the game even if I catch a mistake. That's a normal approach. When you're growing a deposit, it's important not to act like a crazy marathon runner. Today I'm deliberately taking difficult charts, and pay attention. I choose pairs with either very strong movement or, on the contrary, with very weak volatility. because I'm genuinely interested to see how the bot behaves in non-standard situations. But I'll warn you right away, if you decide to work with this bot, you'll have to talk to the admin. I got permission to leave this contact under the video, but only he grants access, not me. I don't sell anything, I don't hand out links, I can't literally add you to the bot. And one more important thing. I'm not saying anywhere that this is a perfect system. You can see for yourself I've had losing trades, but there are far fewer of them than when I try to analyze everything manually myself. So we continue, let's see how the bot behaves next. You know what the most common expectation among beginners is? That the deposit will grow non-stop, like in a mobile game, but it doesn't work like that. And let me say this clearly, you need to know how to work with this bot. It's not a money button. You must not enter on every signal in a row. Look at the percentage, look at the situation, evaluate the probability. This is the market. It's alive. For example, take a look at this chart. Personally, I would never take this pair on my own. The candles are jumping, volatility is ragged, there's no clear structure, the probability of profit is minimal. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You must always think. The bot is a tool, not a reason to turn your brain off. And one more thing, I can already see how many people will rush into my DMs. Give the bot link, add me, send access, blah blah blah. Guys, I'm not the admin. I can't give you anything to anyone. The contact of the person who gives access is in the description. Say it with me. In the description. If you want, write to him. And we keep working. Well, that's it. $200 turned into $7,700 right in front of your eyes in a live session with no editing and no magic cuts. I'm not advertising anything and I'm not calling anyone to repeat my actions. I just showed my experience, my results, and how I work. Write in the comment section what you think about this. I'd be interested to hear your opinion, and I see you in the next video.